cartoons have ever had a good video game? I mean, it's a pretty short list. South Park, SpongeBob, Mickey Mouse, he's probably had the best luck. He's had some great games. And of course, there's The Simpsons. From the classic arcade game, all the way up to Hit and Run, and even Tapped Out. There's always a good Simpsons game to counteract all the bad Simpsons games. In fact, that's the other thing about Simpsons games. Just the sheer quantity. I mean, there's so many Simpsons games. They started making games based on the supporting characters, like Itchy and Scratchy and Krusty. I mean, that's crazy. You know what's even crazier? They got good games too. I did not expect to like Krusty's Funhouse. Look, I'm a realist, and like we said, how many cartoons have ever had a good video game? Let alone a Game Boy game. Let alone a game based on supporting characters. Of course, one could argue that it's The Simpsons who are the supporting characters to Krusty. That's a fair argument. But even then, how many main characters get good games? Not many. Look, we've been over this. Then I get this sweet little title screen, Krusty's Funhouse, with a pissed off little mouse. That's great. And then the game starts, and the first thing I happen to see is the greatest walking animation of all time. Look at that. Krusty even walks like it's his show. By the time I realized how well it plays, and that it's basically just a really cool Lemmings clone, and seriously, this walking animation is the best, I was already high on Krusty. Come on, kids! You can get high on Krusty, too! So this game is just the freaking best, but I want to start with that gameplay, because this is a puzzle game with better platforming controls than a lot of platformers. And I mean, Krusty's he's a fat, drunken clown. If ever there were a game for clunky controls, this is the one. No, this damn thing plays great. It's smooth, it's tight, it's responsive. I mean, there's a bit of slidiness when Krusty lands after a jump, but I mean, that's pretty nitpicky. Like, Krusty's Funhouse is just a joy to play, and that's in large part because of the controls. Honestly, they get out of the way, which is great because it lets you focus on the puzzles. Speaking of which, this is a puzzle game, and if you know Lemmings or even some of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, like March of the Minis, you'll have a good idea what to expect here. The idea is, there's a handful of mice in every level, and it's up to Krusty to get them to the death machine thing. And of course, to do that, you're gonna have to solve puzzles. You have to get the mice over the gaps, and under the walls, and through the pipes, as they march toward their ultimate fate. Come to think of it, this is actually a pretty dark game, which makes Krusty's ridiculous smile all the more unsettling. I'll tell you what though, as much as I like the Krusty sprite and the mice sprites, they look cool too, and the fact that the death machines are actually run by different Simpsons characters, I mean, I like all that presentation stuff, that's all solid. But like, if you took those sprites out, this would be a pretty generic looking game. With these settings and backgrounds, I don't know, they're just kind of plain. And to me, when you're working with these kind of characters, I mean, boring is the last place you should end up. So I just feel like a little more could have gone into the backgrounds, you know? Maybe places from the show, as opposed to Brick Room number 7. But anyway, a lot of the puzzles are just super enjoyable. But as with any puzzle game, things eventually do take a turn for the complicated. Like, after a while, it becomes almost impossible to actually think these things through on your own. They just get too big and too just, like, esoteric, you know? Like, they turn into very video gamey puzzles. Even then, like, whatever, just use a guide, you know? It's still fun. I'm not above that. Well, you think Krusty wouldn't use a guide? Or have someone read the guide for him, since I'm not sure he can read? Point is, look, yes, there are some confusing moments. And yes, the game can be a bit cheap and frustrating from time to time. But all in all, look, this is way better than it has any right to be, considering that it's a Game Boy game that's kind of just a clone, and based on a cartoon who is usually very drunk. Huge thanks to Jason from Green Bay, Wisconsin, for sending it to the show. It's a wonderful little surprise. It's Krusty's Funhouse for the original Game Boy. And yes, as the title suggests, it's actually fun.